USA Warrior Stories is a not-for-profit organization designed to record, archive, and share videos of veteran stories, to help veterans make a connection with one another and to help us all better understand their sacrifices for our freedoms.
My name is Dominick Critelli. I was born in Italy, 1921. That's me.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's my sister on the other side. I stayed in Italy until I was 8 years old, and my father, who had been here in the States, had finished his citizenship papers, and he was able to have us come to this country, which was my mother, my sister, and myself, the three of us. Yeah, that's when I graduated elementary school. You know, the most difficult thing was the language. I went to school. I mean, I was very attentive. I mean, when I graduated that school, the English teacher said that I was one of the best English students. I wasn't drafted until I was 22. And they drafted me into a battalion of cannons. And they made me a lanyard puller. And I couldn't take it anymore. You know, I couldn't. I had to go to the captain and say, look, Captain, I can't take it. My ears can't take it, no matter what I do. So he says, all right. He says, I'm going to put you in the air section of the artillery, which had small planes. They were the Cubs. I remember the Cubs. These planes were used for observation, and they observed anything that came up pertaining to the enemy. And they would make notes of it and telephone down to the artillery, and the artillery would eliminate them. And I think it was 15 weeks of training for a mechanic on these planes, which was very simple. You know, I had been good with automobiles, so they put me in the air section for 2 airplanes, and a major who was a pilot, a major and a captain. Oh, that's when I was training in Texas, in the barracks. We went to England on a boat, a full division with everything, all equipment, ready to fight. So we stayed a few days there, not long. And I was at Utah Beach. We had ships that took us to a certain distance away from the beach. We had trucks, I mean, that could sustain the water. If it went too far up, I thought that we would never make it. But my driver, he says, no, he says, let's get going. I wanted to get out. But he says, no, he says, wait, this truck will make it. So we got up a little further, and I noticed that the exhaust pipe went way up. I said, oh, that's how we got in there, you know, because it was like that. Each battalion had a plane, had 2 planes. So it was 2 for 377, 378, 379, and headquarters battalion. I was in the headquarters battalion. We're going to the Battle of Bulge now. That had already started when we got there. At that time, the guys fighting the battle were in foxholes. They had no bullets. They had nothing to eat. Their clothes were all wet all the time. And our major come down for orders that we're going to get filled up with supplies, the planes. And each mechanic is supposed to sit in the back, where they had 2 seats, sit in the back and load it up to here. And if we had to open they had the plastic windows, you know, that open up. If you had to open up there, so you get the cartons in, anything that you can do, as much as we got on there. So we had to load the planes, and we flew over. And I made 14 trips out there, for which I got the Air Medal, by the way. We threw it down, threw from the plane. That's exactly the way they were. They couldn't take pictures, so they sketched it, you know? Here, see, they had nothing. They had a couple grenades, and they're in the foxhole. Even the pilot was throwing small stuff out. I was sitting on a 610 radio they had at that time. And I threw a package of cigarettes. Oh my God, that was, to them, I mean a carton, 50 cents a carton. We used to pay in the Army. And they all went for the cigarettes, never mind food. This is my, the people with the air section there. Actually, it's supposed to be 19. We were all in that group, you know. Yeah. And I'm over here. We had, one time, we had 2 pilots from Germany land their plane in our strip. They had a small plane too. And they both come out of the plane with their hands up, you know. And of course, I was ready to shoot, but when they put their hands up, I didn't want to shoot it. One time, I got German measles, and they sent me to a hospital. It was a broken down house with the sides all broken down, and they had I think he was a major who was the only doctor, and 2 guys, 2 helpers. They weren't even nurses, they were helpers. And they sent me there, and what happened, I left everything with my outfit, with the headquarters battery. I had my guns, my everything, you know, my bag, whatever I need, I had with them, because we were moving up. So, after a few days or so, I see him packing. You know, I says, where are we going? He says, no, you're not going. He says, what do you mean I'm not going? I said, what am I going to do here by myself? He says, we don't care. You got to fend for yourself. He says, we're going. We got to move. You know, Patton was going like hell then. So they leave me there. I don't have a gun. None of any of the troops want to feed me. Yeah, you don't belong with that outfit. No, we can't feed. We haven't got enough food for you. And he kept it for 2 or 3 days. This was going on, you know. So finally, they come with the troops, the 95th, some of the 95th Infantry troops were going up there, some trucks. I hailed them down. I says, you know where the 95th Infantry people are? He says, well, I don't know. I think they're way down in that area over there. I had to walk like hell, believe me. I finally got there, and they fed me. VE Day, I was in Germany, and we had all assembled outside there when it was over. And we said, everybody throws up their hats. So we were laughing, boy, you know, we're going to get out. All of a sudden, the sergeant comes out, and he says, we want everybody to stand in line. We got to get new clothes. And we say, new clothes, you know. New clothes. I said, well, what do we need new clothes for? We're going home. I said, no, we're going to Japan. Oh, my heart fell down. This stayed for a while, you know, with us. It wasn't right away. And all of a sudden we hear that they bombed Japan. Then we really knew it was over, you know.
Did you take the Liberty ship back to America?
Yes.
Describe what the trip was like.
Well, the trip, well, I could tell you. I won $500 in the crop game. And I sent it home to my sister. She never even mentioned it to me. She spent it.
A birthday celebration for a World War II veteran turning 100 years old. Horns blared outside Dominick Critelli's home in Floral Park yesterday.
What happened during COVID, a lot of our veterans had birthdays. Many of them turned 100 years old. Actually, Dominick, was your nephew, Danny. He was in a motorcycle club. Danny was riding in one of the clubs. He saw the parade that we did, and he says, he goes, I got an uncle that's going to turn 100 years old. Can you guys throw a birthday parade for him? We learned that Dominick still played the saxophone and was still a conductor for his band. So we had 14 members of his orchestra in the front yard with their instruments. So after the parade, we had a concert, if you will.
To have the people so interested in the parade for the veterans who have been here for quite a while. I mean, on both sides of the street, flags, and almost every house, they had flags and waving people.
We canvassed the parade route,
My
handed out
God.
flags, let everybody know what was going on.
Roger, I mean, it was the first time I met him, of course, and I liked him very much because he was so he was intense in making things go right.
And that was how we met Roger. And I was absolutely stunned at what he was able to pull together in a very short period of time. He arranged a parade with 14 vintage World War II vehicles with veterans sitting in the vehicles to lead the parade. We had bagpipe bands and police departments and fire departments and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and this parade went on forever. I had no idea at that point how my life was going to change, how his life was going to change, because he had never talked about the war, ever. I never heard him mention anything. I knew none of these stories.
We love all of our veterans, and we've done great things with all of our veterans. But the connection that Dominick and I had, and with Stephanie, was special. You know, Dominick, he became a celebrity after that photograph.
I didn't know that.
The fact that he plays the saxophone and still conducts his own orchestra was unique, and people loved it. It was fun.
And every place I go now, they want me to take my saxophone.
Go to 3 different high schools here on Long Island and middle schools. We would talk about our World War II veterans so that students can learn the cost for the privilege of freedom that was paid for by the World War II veterans that never made it home.
These are the cards they sent me, see?
These are great.
Now look at this.
So you bring your saxophone into the classroom too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We have a good time, man.
What does it mean to you to get these from the kids?
Oh, that impresses me a lot. It shows me that these kids are listening.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, here it is.
Okay. What does
Oh,
this
this
say?
you got. Go ahead.
Read it to me.
All right, it says here, thank you for your service. Oh, my glasses. You want to read it?
Yes. Yeah. Here we go.
Your courage and commitment in our country's military will continue to inspire future generations. As for my future endeavors, I have also enlisted and I will be going to boot camp July 31st.
Now,
Hoorah! Hoorah!
what do you think of that? Huh?
That's fantastic.
I mean,
It's obviously going into the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, yeah. But I mean, it is a kid that was impressed, right?
Yeah.
You know, Mission Margraten Plus, we have many missions that we're trying to accomplish with this nonprofit. And one of them is to recognize the service of our World War II veterans and also to thank the Dutch grave adoption families. They recognize our veterans for giving them liberation, and we recognize their devotion and respect for the fallen liberators by honoring their memories and adopting their graves and memories. And that has resulted in us visiting New Orleans twice and the Netherlands 3 times. And in less than 2 weeks, we'll be going back to the Netherlands for our commemoration for the 80th anniversary of Dutch liberation.
I have something that happened to me while I was there. There was one man there that I can't get over. He says to me, I was riding in the Jeep, and we stopped the vehicle, and he says, I want you to open the compartment of my Jeep. I have there something for you. I never
You're
met
just
that man.
another nice guy.
And he gave me the rosary beads of his mother. And I says, they're from your mother. I says, I can't take these. He says, no, you got to have them. And I want to show them here. Can I show them to you?
Of course.
This is my bedroom, by the way. Now, to give this to me, these were his mother's. Now, aren't they beautiful?
There we go.
Right here.
I photograph a little better. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's such something that was his mother's, and to give it to me, he wouldn't take it back.
We traveled with a group of 65 veterans. It was a big group. We landed at the de Gaulle airport, and to crowds of people cheering. And every town that we visited, it was the same thing. It was just crowds of people that were so happy to see us and be part of celebrating their liberation. And watching the veterans interact with each other, that was amazing too, because they had such a common bond, a common experience to draw from.
A little bit about what it means to you to be here today.
Today it means that when we were here last, when I was here last, it was a terrible sight. That's all I know. Everybody was having a terrible time. Airplanes, tanks, artillery, infantry. So we all had a job to do, and we were doing it as best we could.
And to watch them on the beach when we visited the beach, for so many of them that had been there and seen such horrible, horrible things, it was quite moving.
Distinguished guests, the President of the French Republic, Emmanuel Macron, will now present the National Order of the Legion of Honor. Established in 1802 by Napoleon Bonaparte, the Legion of Honor is France's highest decoration and recognizes eminent services to the French Republic. This distinguished award to these American veterans acknowledges their service and participation in the liberation of France during the Second World War.
Monsieur Dominick Critelli, au nom de la République française, nous vous faisons chevalier de la Légion d'honneur.
Are you proud of your service? Or proud?
Yes, I'm proud because I made some people happy, yeah. I made some people happy. I made some kids now, they know what it's all about. And while I was in the Army, I helped. I made so many flights with the planes, and I helped so many people at Battle of the Bulge and here and there, It makes me proud of that, and at least I think that I helped in some way that I could.